If you don't push me away, I'll always hold you.
Gigi and Dani, Bette and Pippa, Tina and Carrie. We've got a lot of relationships to get to today. By the way, this will contain spoilers, so make sure you watch the season 2 finale if you don't want to be spoiled on all the relationships. We are going to analyze these couples together, discuss whether they should stay couples, and all the other good stuff. For couples the show did break up, we'll discuss whether that was the right call or not. Alright, let's jump in.
I have a headache, I'm starving, I need a hot tub, I need a massage, I need that tea that you give me to calm me down.
Probably the most talked about relationship going into season 2 was the unseen coupling of our girl Tina and an East Coast public defender named Carrie. From the moment she walked on screen and started annoying Bette, I found myself rooting for Carrie. I even remember rooting for Tina and Carrie as a couple in the beginning. But when Tina seemed a little too preoccupied with Bette, like a pair of Crocs left out in the sun, the Tina and Carrie star started to fade. What's interesting about Tina and Carrie is that the show did a really good job of convincing us at the beginning of season 2 that these two were really in love with each other and meant to be together. And then almost immediately after that started to put a crack in their relationship.
Are you still in love with me?
This was a real teaser for us as far as season 2 goes, because we don't know why Tina asks this question, and we never find out. Does she ask it because she still has feelings for Bette? Or is she asking out of concern for her relationship and upcoming marriage to Carrie, which, ironically, will be ended, at least partly due to this seed that gets planted in Carrie's head and sprouts into a big old insecurity tree. The real problem is Tina not making Carrie feel secure in their relationship. Of course, maybe Tina can't convince Carrie because, there's a little something going on. But the show did break these two up, Tina and Carrie. So was that the right call? Well, the Temperators are probably thrilled. For me, if you've watched any of my past videos, it'll be no shock to you that, of course, I'm disappointed because I love Rosie on the show. And if Tina and Carrie are broken up, there's really no real reason to bring Rosie back. I don't think they could do a shoehorn her into the friend group, have her date everybody, Gigi-esque thing. So no, I don't think they should have broken these two up. If there's a season 3, Carrie will be missed. I don't want to spend a ton of time on Bette and Pippa. We never really got to see this relationship develop. It was thrown together on the back of this just titillating, absolutely captivating art plotline or whatever. Also, this relationship developed kind of in parallel to the seed being planted in our minds that Bette and Tina might get back together, so we never really had an opportunity to root for them as a couple. I'm not pro or against them staying together or breaking up, which, is that what happened at the end of the finale? Did they break them up? Who cares? So the point is, if they do decide to get this couple back together in the 3rd season, I hope they show us kind of who Pippa is and why she is interested in Bette, and also why is Bette interested in Pippa. Okay, let's turn to a couple that has caused quite a bit of controversy this season. Sophie and Finn. Clearly, the writers of Gen Q wanted us to feel something with Sophie and Finn on the screen. Their relationship is rooted in lies and cheating and the breaking up of friend groups and wedding and alcoholism and just all kinds of scandalous things. For any of those watching who are team Sophie and Finn, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments what it is you like about this couple, what you are rooting for with them. For me, I don't find any of the cute or romantic moments between them as redeemable, because I can't get over the betrayal of them having sex with each other behind Dani's back. But should this relationship last? Should Sophie and Finley stay together if we get to see them again on screen? Well, I could see a possibility. Hell no! Are you kidding me? No, no. I attribute a large portion of the failure of season 2 to the amount of screen time they give this relationship. Let's talk about the two straight relationships on the show, Micah and Maribel, and Tom and Alice. Obviously, for the most part, Micah and Maribel's relationship took a backseat to everything else going on during season 2 of Gen Q. This is always going to be a problem for the writer's room of a show called The L Word. They must know that doing things like teasing a Tibbet reunion gets fans excited. They must also know that relationships like the Micah Maribel one are kind of the vanilla ice cream of things the fans are super huge pumped about. Though it surprised me how little they used Dani and Gigi. So maybe the writers are out of touch with what the fans are thinking. Actually, yes, of course, season 2 was crazy. They definitely have to be out of touch. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Micah and Maribel have a ton of chemistry. If they wanted to show Maribel in a relationship, I just don't know why they had to make that be Micah. My guess is that there's just too many characters. They've just introduced so many new characters. They only had 10 episodes, and short of making each episode 2 hours long, how are they gonna fit individual story arcs and lives and bubbles around all these, new characters? And I think the show saw an easy boop, put two together. And if they're only gonna give them 5 minutes of screen time every 3 episodes, what's the point? Either put the work in, flesh them out, flesh their relationship out, or don't do it. Take them off the show. I do love Maribel. I would love to see more Maribel and Sophie interactions. I like Tom and Alice together. To me, the show is clearly trying to make up for their mistreatment of Alice's bisexuality in the OG series. My only qualm is that Donald Faison probably costs a pretty penny, so I just would have loved to see the writer's room do some, more than 1 season long relationships. My guess is if we do get a 3rd season, this relationship will fall by the wayside, and once the show has kind of gotten its cool points for bringing on the Donald Faison character, they'll put Alice with somebody new next year. But please God, let it be somebody other than Nat. We have seen the Alice-Nat plotline play out. They don't work. Please try anything other than Alice and Nat again. Let's talk Shane and Tess. Wow. If you had told me before the season started, Shane will have no storyline, I would have said, you're crazy, you're on drugs, your head must have been in your woman's all night, because something's not right. There's no way they would do that to our girl Shane. But alas, the poker night and bar, that was all meaningless, pointless dribble. Really, Shane's only job this season was trying to win Tess's love, and at the end of the season, trying to handle her moving to Vegas. You may not have heard, but I read online that Jamie Clayton won't be back for a 3rd season due to other filming obligations, and that is why they possibly broke them up, why they had to do it in the most boring way possible. There's no explanation there. But if all that is true and the Tess relationship ends up being nothing in terms of season 3, that will mean that every single thing Shane did in season 2 was absolutely pointless. It almost felt like Kate Minig was absent from the season. Do I want Shane and Tess to stay together? Who cares? Their relationship sucked. They worked together at a bar all season 1, and I don't remember seeing anything flirty going on between them. Then all of a sudden, season 2, bam! Shane's madly in love with Tess.
Jordi!
I want to quickly mention Angie and Jordi. I was extremely confused by the arc of their relationship this season. Jordi was pretty much most of the season portrayed to be a not very caring, a little emotionally immature, not putting Angie first as far as being all, caught up in Jordi's, what was she like, running for something in the school and not being as supportive as she should be as far as the stuff Angie was going through with her donor dying. And then at the end, it was like, whoop, back to being the perfect partner, and prom was great, and everything's great with Angie and Jordi. I am so confused. But I do want them to stay together. I like them. They're cute. They're fun. This show is absolutely, there is a drought. There is a fun drought in this show. So yes, please keep them together for season 3. Okay, you did it. You paid your penance. You put your dues in. Or you fast forwarded to this part. I'm just kidding. We have talked about Bette Pippa and Tina and Carrie and Angie and Jordi and all the relationships. And now it is time to talk about the biggest relationship of the season. Of course, I am talking about Gini, Gigi, and Dani. They met when Gigi noticed Dani needed a friend. And a large part, I think, of why we love this relationship is that we love Gigi. We get to see Gigi switch from casually Bette Porter to casually being into Dani. And it was fun watching the transition because Bette was not just rude and insanely undervaluing Gigi. Like, what happened? Bette Porter must have been on crack or something to undervalue Gigi, to treat Gigi the way she did. But we liked it also because that was being a huge to Dani, too. So the two people who have been the victims of the wrath of Bette Porter have now come together, and we love to see it. The other reason we love this couple has to do with what I will refer to as the smoking hot lesbian hotness factor. What I'm saying is, I think the whole community is a bunch of thirsty ass who saw two smoking hot lesbians and went ding ding ding. I think I'll have more of that. Yes, I think I'll have more of the smoke. I would like to order a double of the smoking hot lesbians. In season 1, she was almost kind of playing this absentee girlfriend role. I can't remember the details. I need to rewatch season 1, but I seem to recall it felt like Dani really wasn't present always with Sophie. But in season 2, we watch her come in, get immediately betrayed, and she has to pick the pieces of her life back up. And who is there to help her? Gigi. That scene when Gigi tells Dani, "I'll let you know when how I feel about you changes." Ooh, you can just sense the future orgasms these two are about to give each other. I mean, obviously, looking back, why would they put that in the script if Gigi wasn't gonna eventually have feelings for Dani? Okay, I didn't realize how much taller Dani is than Gigi until now. Gigi has this huge personality, and I just assumed she was an Amazon. She's not. But because it's them, it makes it even hotter. It's like, yes, I want to see Gigi climb an Ari and Mandy tree. Yes, please. Should Genie stay together? Obviously, yes. Look, the show needs stability right now, and who better to provide that stability than the fan favorite relationship, Dani and Gigi? Yes, keep them together, obviously, yes. Okay, that's all the couples we are going to discuss for today. I hope you've enjoyed going through the ups and downs of all these relationships. For those of you who listen to the Pants Podcast Marja Lewis interview, how was that? It's gotten a lot of attention online. The tone of it, from what I read, being two executive producers and a showrunner kind of being like, yeah, why was that not as good? Why was that not so much fun? How did that happen? Anyways, if you listened, give me your thoughts on the podcast episode in the comments. As always, this is my Really Gay YouTube channel. I'm Amanda. Thank you so much for watching.